Hello my loyal companions, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be something slightly different as I'm going to go over a bunch of leaks that just dropped for Rogue Company that show so many amazing things that we can look forward to in the future. This includes a new Rogue, a new map, some amazing new skins, new game modes, and so much more you're not going to want to miss out on, so make sure you stay to the end of the video to soak up absolutely everything. I have to give a special shout out to Kriimaar, who does such an amazing job at finding all these leaks. Every single asset you see pretty much comes from him. He's done a fantastic job at data mining all this from the PTS files and giving it to us so that we can share it to you all. If you do go on to enjoy the video though, or you just want to see daily, educational, Rogue Company content, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. But for now, let's get into it. Starting off then, we're going to be looking at the new Rogue Mack, aka Paladin as he was known in the game files, and we were actually able to look at him and his kit through the PTS server, which accidentally went live, giving us access to some interesting information. Mack is the right hand of Justicar, what seems to be some new faction that we haven't heard of yet within the Rogue Company lore, but there are some signs as we see the cosmetics that look into this. Mack is an incorruptible, unstoppable force determined to uphold justice. Mack's main ability is Light Bomb, where you plant a small device that charges up and launches a massive flashbang a short distance into the air. Mack's passive is Standard Issue, which means he starts the game with 25 armor, and downing an enemy instantly repairs this armor. I do not know at this stage whether the armor can be repaired, but I imagine it would be similar to that of Headstrong. Mack has a very interesting kit, starting with a new LMG, the Conviction, which seems to be a very, very hard hitter based on some comparison stats that I've gone over and I will talk to you a little bit about in a moment. His other primary weapon is the Objection, with the Warrant as a secondary pistol option, and a new melee called the Claymore, which is a two-handed Scottish greatsword that is completely new to Rogue Company. Based off just looking at the stats of this weapon, it does seem to have increased swing damage compared to other melee weapons, and also has throw damage, which in my mind means it can be thrown, although I'm not 100% sure of this. The upgrades on it are very similar to the Bat in that it increases its lunge distance and then increases the amount of damage up to 70, which will be a really, really big hard hitter. As for gadgets, Mack has the Grenade and Active Protection system. Perk-wise, Mack gets even tankier with Berserker and Toughen Up as his lower end perks, Bounce Back and Stalker as his mid-tier perks, and then going for the higher tier perks, he has Replenish and Resupply. Out of interest, I thought it'd be worth me comparing the Conviction LMG to some other weapons within the game that I think might be quite comparable, so you guys get an idea of how it actually stacks up compared to other weapons in Rogue Company so far. The best first comparison we can look at is the Conviction to the MLX Maw, which is Anvil's LMG, the only other LMG within the game. Comparing body damage, the Conviction does a lot more body damage at 25, which means it's a 4-shot to the body, compared to the MLX Maw's 16. In terms of fire rate though, it is much slower as you would expect with the increased damage, and it is sitting at 7.14 compared to the Maw's 11. It does have slightly more increased range and handling. The magazine size is ever so slightly smaller, but the reload speed is faster to make up for this. So comparing the LMGs, it seems that the Conviction compared to the Maw is a harder hitting, longer range, easier to handle weapon, just with a slower fire rate to combat that. The actual weapon I think it compares to most though is probably going to be the Sahara AR, which is of course Seeker's AR, and statistic-wise, this lines up. Comparing body damage between the Conviction and the Sahara, the Conviction is 25 compared to the Sahara's 24. In terms of fire rate, they're almost identical, with the Conviction being 7.14, ever so slightly slower than the 7.25 of the Sahara. Range-wise, the Sahara beats it by 1, but that is nothing too much, as the handling is beaten by 1 for the Conviction. Mag size obviously differs a lot considering it is an LMG versus an AR, and the reload time does account for this also. So what are my initial thoughts on Mack then? Well, I think he's going to be a really good and strong rogue when he comes into the game. I think his passive alone basically combines a Headstrong and a mini half life drain into one, purely free because of his passive. I think that's going to be great for a Dahlia Link, but does make me question the value of someone like Vi, who has to work so hard to get that additional 25 health, compared to Mack, who gets it so free and then continues to get it based off of his down. The new LMG, the Conviction, I think is going to be an absolute beamer based off the Sahara's stats and how similar they are, plus the fact that it'll actually have a shorter time to kill because it is 25 damage, which is a 4-shot. It's going to be absolutely insane, and I think it really will be a bit overtuned when it comes into the game, but we'll see how the handling kind of combats that. The new melee weapon looks cool, and as for his main ability, Light Bomb, it'll be very interesting to see how this one works out. We don't have any footage about it, we don't know exactly how it's going to operate. Maybe it's based off a trip mine, maybe you set it and then you can detonate it similar to a C4, or maybe you just use it and then it goes off. Does it flash teammates? Does it not? We'll have to see how big the flash radius is, but I think it's going to be really, really fun to use, and hopefully it does feel kind of balanced when it comes into the game. We'll know a lot more though when the PTS servers open up properly and we can play Mack, and of course I'll be covering it all the moment they do, the day of it, and the moment the servers go live. As with all new rogues, he gets his own set of cosmetics to come with his mastery rewards, including his avatar, his spray, his banner, his border, his own emote, and his own title, the Incorruptible. Like with so many of the other rogues recently, we're likely to see Mack come released with his own skin that you can purchase, and in his case, you have the base skin and the commando skin. If you're interested to know as well, Mack is Scottish, and you can hear that very clearly through his voice lines that we have a little bit of a snippet of right here.
We play this by the book, no exceptions. Ye lot are on the right side of the law. We do this my way. You're a right thunderhead. Yeah!
If you want to see more from those voice lines, though, you can go check them out from a YouTube link that I'll post down below. Of course, thanks to Kriimaar for all of those leaks on Mack and all the leaks you're about to see in terms of skins, game modes, and more things in the rest of this video. But Mack is not the only thing that we saw from the PTS leaks. There are a lot of cosmetics that looked really interesting that I want to show to you guys so you're fully informed about what might be coming to Rogue Company in terms of little cosmetic things you can pick up for yourself and your rogues. In these cosmetics include a series of new avatars, a few of which allude to Justicar, which again, we do not know exactly what this is. Is it some new faction that is there to rival or help Rogue Company? Are they against Jackal? We don't know exactly where they fit into the lore. Based on some of the cosmetics, they seem sort of like a police force, more so than a mercenary squad that Rogue Company is. So we'll see exactly how that sort of feeds into the timeline, how it all works out. But I'm very interested, and we know now Paladin, or Mack, sorry, is a member of Justicar, the right hand of Justicar. So we'll see exactly how that fits into it. We also have a series of new banners, new borders, and new sprays, and then a whole bunch of skins which are not just recolors, which I'm so excited about, especially these Lancer skins. They look so unique compared to any of the other skins we have in the game, or that we have for Lancer, and a few of the other ones just have a little unique feel to them. The glitch one especially, for me, looks incredibly funny. I don't know why, it just looks so anti-glitch, and I just find that really amusing. We also see a bunch of new weapon wraps coming in for melee weapons, secondary weapons, and primary weapons that you can equip to your guns. They should be nice and come into the store in some form of rotation. New emotes are also being added to the game, although again, we do not know exactly what these look like or how they animate, but these are the still image thumbnails for those emotes. There are also some new titles coming to Rogue Company, and these are really interesting because these come along with what is known as the Season 2 Battle Pass and Season 2 Arms Dealer events in the files, which alludes to the fact that there will be a Season 2 Battle Pass and Arms Dealer event coming sometime after Season 1 is finished. These new titles include Delinquent, Felon, Infamous, Most Wanted, Suns Out, Guns Out, Beach Bum, and the Incorruptible, which we know is coming from Mack. Also from the files, you saw a new starter pack, this one for a Saint skin, likely a weapon wrap, and also 600 Rogue Bucks that you can see from this image here. Along with all these really big leaks came some other leaks for some other things that were not fully fleshed out, but looked really interesting, including a screenshot of the loading screen for a new map called Breach. This map looks like it's going to be a standard 4v4 strikeout and demolition map that's quite big, and it kind of gives me vibes of the tutorial map. It has a similar sort of layout in the hills with this sort of base, and similar to Lockdown, how that refers to a prison, Breach might refer to some sort of lore building situation. I'm interested to see where that goes, but again, we don't have any more than the screenshot, so let me know what you guys think down in the comment. Kriimaar was also able to look at some voice announcement files and found some that alluded to new game modes that will be coming soon, and I'm really happy about some of these. The game modes he was able to find were things like King of the Hill, which we knew were coming, Team Deathmatch, Team Slayer, whatever that variation is, and something called Sword Cult, which was under the file name of Zombies, which we don't exactly know what that's going to be. Sounds interesting, maybe some sort of PvE, maybe some sort of infection game mode from other games, I'm not sure. There were also game files referring to Wingman bans and Wingman One Life bans, which may be their way of starting to implement a system of pick and ban phase that may be used for rank way later down the line, but they're narrowing it down to the 2v2 modes now, where that ban can sort of come in a little bit more useful. Again, we don't have any concrete information on those, but that is what was alluded to here in the leaks. The last thing I want to talk about here with the leaks that came out were these new weekly challenges, which looked absolutely amazing. I found them myself as well when I was on the PTS. I saw something for weekly challenges. They had week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4, and I wasn't quite sure what it was. Then I found it on Twitter that Kriimaar had found some information, and it showed some new missions that you get every single week. And if you complete them, you get bonus rewards. If you complete them all, you get even more bonus rewards. And I think this is a great direction for Rogue Company to go in with these kind of new mission-based systems. Maybe it gives us more reputation, as long as that reputation leads to something useful. I think they're building off what they've started to do with the Arms Dealer with those missions, and now building it kind of into the main game. so he's starting to actually grind for them in the game, which I'm so happy about. That's pretty much going to be all the leaks that are going to be covered here in this video, guys. Kriimaar is absolutely insane at finding all these, data mining them, and sharing them all as soon as he can with us all. So go check him out on Twitter and his other social medias, which will be linked down in the description. And let me know in the comments, guys, what was your favorite thing? Was it Mack? Was it the new map? Was it some of the skins? Was it the new game modes that we have a little bit more information of now that it confirms that they're coming? Let me know down in the comments what your favorite part was. If you did enjoy the video though, guys, or you just want to keep up to date with news, leaks, and more educational content here, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. You can also come follow me on twitch.tv/RADTHARGAMING, see live gameplay commentaries, and also see these changes on the PTS and in the actual game when they're live. All the links you're going to need are down in the description below, but for now, I hope you have a fantastic day. And remember, be loyal, be brave, be relentless, and I'll catch you in the next video.